Nelson Mandela. Was it expected from the Muslim community that he would pass?
Well, I suppose throughout the country, there was the sense of the inevitable having to pass one day. As much as we would share with the country and we would share with the family the condolence and the sympathy and the sadness on the occasion, I suppose given the fact that Madiba was sick for some time, there was a sense that it was going to happen one day. So in that particular sense, the Muslim community were also understanding that this was bound to happen.
Madiba was linked to many communities from all religious groupings. How was he linked to the Muslim community?
You know, Madiba was such a person that across the faith spectrum, across the racial divide, I think people from all faith spectrums, all racial groups in this country owe him a debt of gratitude with regard to the path of reconciliation that he has chosen. We are all aware that in the early 90s, there was a feeling, and there was not only a feeling, there was every likelihood that the country could turn towards bloodshed, civil war, if take the worst case scenario. But it was the tact, it was the wisdom, it was the greatness of Madiba that he turned the country around and put it on the path of reconciliation. And I think every South African, no matter what faith he comes from, and every South African, no matter what race group he comes from, what ethnic background he comes from, owes Madiba a debt of gratitude with regard to his tremendous sacrifice, his selflessness, and his achievement for the people of South Africa.
Moulana, how would you remember Madiba?
You know, I had one or two remarkable experiences. I had an experience one day, and just to show you the remarkable attribute of Madiba was he's bringing people, making people feel inclusive into South Africa. And one morning, when he was a president, we woke up to say that someone phoning to say that Madiba would like to share some words with you, and he would like to phone you. And by all means, we took the phone, and that particular day it was announced in the media that Slobodan Milosevic has been given permission to come to South Africa. And of course, that stirred great emotions amongst the Muslim community in the sense that Slobodan Milosevic was also part of the Bosnian tragedy, what had happened. And it is to show the greatness of the man, to show how he brought everyone into South Africa, making each and everyone feel part of the country, to say that this news has broken. There is no truth to it. I give you assurance. And I'm telling you to tell the Muslim community that this will not happen while I am the president. And I think that is the type of person Madiba was. We as the Muslim community had a lot of resonance with Madiba for many reasons. We recall with great fondness when he called representatives of the Muslim community at the time of the Iraq war, the Iraq invasion. And we all know his speaking out against the powers of the world, against the invasion, what he regarded as unjust, and he regarded as not something that is correct. And he called Muslim community leaders to say that I am with you at this particular time. And it was not only something like that all the time, it was all the time that he made people feel part and parcel of the community of South Africa. His legendary statement, South Africa will never truly be free until Palestine is free, resonated with the Muslim community not only in South Africa, but throughout the world.
How would you like the Muslim community to remember him?
I think we would like to look at it this way, that the vision that he had articulated in terms of contribution to the country, in terms of his being morally upright, in terms of his contribution in this particular sense of making each and everyone feel part and parcel of the country, speaking up with truth against injustice. We would like to see the Muslim community, and not only the Muslim community, I think the entire South Africa, the coming leadership, to be able to fulfill that vision of Madiba, which I think is just a remarkable vision and a remarkable compliment to the man. And may I also add, I think one of the things that people might tend to forget, it's easy to sit in prison and to say that while I'm in prison, I'm going to forgive the people who have done wrong to me. And Madiba might have even had that notion while he was in prison, that I'm going to forgive the people who have done wrong to me. But to be in power and authority, and then to forgive, when you had the power and authority to hold people to account for what they had done. To do that particular act of forgiveness while you were in prison might have been easier than to do it at the height of your power, when you are the president of the country, and then to say that, no, I'm not going to choose the path of revenge. I'm going to choose the path of peace and reconciliation. It is something which we as Muslims have learned from our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who during the course of, at the height of his power, he was the one who forgave his foes. And we take that particular lesson from Madiba, that he didn't forgive while he was in prison, which he could have done and might have also have done. But he did it when he was in power, in authority, as a president of the country. And I think it's a remarkable aspect of his character.
Now we have this platform now, Moulana. Your message and your tribute to Madiba.
I think my greatest tribute to Madiba would be the first thing that I've already made mention, and that is choosing peace and reconciliation over any other way of dealing with problems in a community and society. There are many countries in the world that we see that when they have not chosen the path of peace and reconciliation, what happens to that country? The country breaks down. You find that the country is, becomes almost a failed state. I think it's a tribute to Madiba that despite the fact that he was 27 years in prison, he comes out of there preaching peace and reconciliation. I think that would be one of the greatest aspects of the tribute that we can pay to him, his inclusivity, his bringing people together, making each and everyone feel important. I think it's a remarkable aspect of his character, and I hope all South Africans, maybe the future leaders, and anyone who wishes to contribute to the betterment not only of South Africa, but to the world, can take a great amount of lesson and courage and inspiration from Madiba.
Moulana, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Now, you can also share with us